whatever deity runs the weather today had their hearing aid go on the fritz. We've got freezing fucking rain. So everything is getting coated in a layer of ice. I did not want ice. If I wanted ice, I would have stayed in fucking nowhere. That's all that damn place gets is ice. And that's one reason I stopped doing the paper route. I would slip going downstairs. I would reach up for the handle and I would fall faster. Because the concrete stairs were ice and the metal handrail was ice. I don't want to work in ice. Okay? And I'm running Spotlight for a theater show. 2 of them are out of town. So I get to drive in ice too. It's like, can you get somebody else? I don't want to drive in this.
Yeah.
I'd rather take snow. Snow I can look around, I know where it is, and I can avoid it.
Yeah. It's yeah. You know, I can't really argue the whole ice thing too much, but you know, you at least give the token effort of looking for the body in the morning. Unless it's a Chihuahua. If it's Chihuahua, fuck it.
If it's a Chihuahua, you won't find it even when the snow melts.
All you'll find is a tag and a foot.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky. If you're not lucky, you'll never know. Dun dun dun.
Well, no, if you're not lucky, you'll just find the tag. It's so small it just would have dissolved when the snow melted.
No, actually, if you're really unlucky, you'll find a note next to the tag that says, "Sorry, I ate your dog. I was hungry."
Hey, at least it went to some good use.
Yeah, I kept a homeless man alive. Oh, shit.
Oh, you mean he only froze 2 days later instead of 1 day later? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, why haven't we gotten hate mail before now? We mustn't be doing something right.
We've gone into a dark territory, sir. A real dark
Hey, we can go. I've got a good one. We can go darker if you want. This is bound. We'll both love it, but you know people will be pissed.
How dark can we go? Let's go ultra black.
Well, would you settle for rainbow?
Rainbow sparkles or rainbow black?
Oh, we can go rainbow black. That's fine.
Rainbow black works.
This is from the Daily KOS.
Oh, shit.
It's finally official. Pope Francis demotes highest-ranking U.S. Cardinal over LGBT issues.
See, you know, did I not say the day after the Pope was put in office that I like this Pope?
Oh,
this Pope. This Pope is a badass.
Apparently there's a dipshit called, where is his name? And I've heard Raymond Burke, who was the highest ranking official from the U.S. And we've all heard him bullshitting about things since Francis got in. Basically everything in the U.S. you've heard bad about the Pope is coming from this idiot.
Yeah.
So he has America's highest ranking cardinal at the Vatican was officially removed from the Vatican Supreme Court and demoted to chaplain of the Knights of Malta, where he will reign with much less responsibility. So, yeah. A couple of quotes from this douchebag. The Pope is not free to change the Church's teaching with regard to the immorality of homosexual acts or the insolubility of marriage or any other doctrine of faith. Well, I kind of figured that's what the Pope was supposed to do, but I don't know. And the other one was talking about Sheryl Crow when she was going to perform at a pro-choice benefit concert. A Catholic institution fearing a performer who promotes moral evil gives the impression that the church is somehow inconsistent in its teaching. So he's a dipshit, basically. But I just read that. I'm like, oh, God, please. This is something, if Cocktails and Cream Puffs is on tonight and I don't hear this story, I'm going to be confused. This is a Pride 48 banner story.
Yeah.
This should be on every fucking show this week. We're just getting it out of the way before any of them can. We're technically the first Pride 48 related show to go on the air. Because the first one's Cocktails and Cream Puffs, and they don't start for, I don't think they start until 8 now. So yeah, we're beating them by 2 hours. Although this is Jackalope, this isn't Pride 48. It's gotten to the point that they pretty much intermingle constantly. So
yeah,
this is just the Pride 48 show that doesn't happen to be on Pride 48. We were the first geek show. Maybe we'll be the first Pride show on this channel, too. Who knows? Maybe Neil Patrick Harris will have a show in a couple of years. Well, hey, it's because of us that Burt Ward's on here now.
Yeah.
And I both know that. This place was paranormal to the hilt, and then they threw us on for some reason. Well, us and the Big Dumb Fun Show. The Big Dumb Fun Show wasn't paranormal either.
And then there was, and then the Geek Girls came along and everything else. So yeah.
Is Savage Science still on? I never listened to Jackalope
I have no idea.
anymore.
I have no idea.
I like Tracy Savage. She's a neat person.
Yeah, her and me can butt heads sometimes. Though it's kind of funny. Yeah. It actually, it's kind of funny. But anyways, yeah. See. And just going, this is veering more towards a religious, political, shenanigan type thing. But I keep saying I like this Pope. Okay, he's kind of an action Pope. There's no real other way to put that. He's an action Pope.
Yeah, he
says he's going to do something, he fucking does it. He says he's born gay people. He does it.
I was born during Pope John Paul II, who was a very beloved pope.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the problem with him at the time I was going was he was too old. He was probably a Spitfire in his younger years, but by the time I was born, I don't think he had much left in him.
Well, John Paul, he had his moments where he was like, fuck the establishment, but he also knew when to tread the line. Because, oh wait, technically the Pope didn't get impeached. Technically, it's a very long, complicated process. But the Pope can be thrown out.
He can be, but I don't think they'd do it. I think...
Yeah, except you realize that with the archaic rules they still have on book, the only way to throw out the Pope is to kill him.
Yeah, I was going to say, that involves an assassination plot, doesn't it?
It's not even an assassination plot. It's pretty much he's treated as a heretic of the church, and he gets two choices. He can excommunicate himself, or he can get hung.
See, if people are smart, which this is religion, so you have to put an asterisk by that.
Yeah.
What they would do is leave him be. Because if you take him down, if you excommunicate him, if you kill him, if you somehow impeach him, if you remove him without either one, or you force him into retirement, thanks to Benedict, that's an option now.
Yeah.
If you remove him from Pope with as beloved as he is, it will be much worse. You'll make him into a martyr.
Yeah.
Because he is the man who knows how things are going. Is he a flawless person? Fuck no, nobody is. But he is willing to accept that the world is moving on, and if they want to stay pertinent to what is happening, they have to change with it. So the best thing to do is write it out. If things change, well, then things change. If they don't, well, then the status quo is still there for the next person to come along. But when you have a job like this that is literally the monarch of the society, he's a king. He is the absolute monarch of this religion. When you have that, you kind of give up the right to complain about what they say or do, because you've given them almost totalitarian power. He can't act. He's like the president. He's a face put in front, so it'd be an oligarchy. He is somebody nominated to represent a group of people. Once you do that, though, you nominated him. It was the Cardinals that nominated him.
Yeah.
There's no takebacks in a Pope nomination. I hate to tell them this, but once they do it, they're stuck with it. So I really don't know where they can go from there. They kind of fucked themselves. And it's fun to watch, but even not being a religious person, I respect the hell out of him. Because what he's saying, if it would have even been 100 years ago, he would have been dead long before now.
Oh, easily. Yeah, he wouldn't even been made a cardinal. He wouldn't have been a bishop, nothing.
He may have even made it to cardinal. Look at what the U.S. politicians do. They play nicey nice until they get where they want to go, and then they pull a 180. He could have done the same thing. He could have, kissed the right ass on the way up. But back then, when you were a pope, that was it. It wasn't that you had so much freedom as you were the mouthpiece for the group. What they wanted you to say, you said. If you didn't, you weren't pope very long. So here we have the first real person who, yes, every now and then he'll toe the line, but for the most part, he says what he believes, and if it just happens to mesh with what the church believes, well, okay, but if it doesn't, he doesn't seem to care either. And bless him for it, but I wonder how long they're going to let this go.
Well, given how much the church is hurting nowadays, he's literally the pope they needed. Not necessarily the pope they wanted, but the pope they needed.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, and I'm really glad Ron Williams was alive when this pope was elected in office, because he's from Argentina, if I remember right. So he's a carnival pope. A samba dancing pope.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know the joke I'm talking about.
Very vaguely, but yes, I do believe I know.
Yeah, so, with him pretty much backing gay rights and whatnot, in defiance of the church. Yeah. He's the hope they need. But anyways, so I just found a news article that excites and makes me all tingly inside real quick.
Really?
Oh yeah. next year, and I may have to find a way. I may have to